Are you seriously in your 30s, Mia? LOL. Like, what the heck's up with that, LOL? What do you mean, what's up with me? Good evening, Layla. Why have you started bringing this up all of a sudden? I want to talk about your age, LOL. Do you even know how old I am? I'm 23 years old. I'm still very young and attractive, LOL. I am literally asked all the time by bartenders for my ID because I look so young. I know that. But in your case, it's hard to tell whether you're really in your 40s or maybe 50s, LOL. No wonder you're still single though, LOL. I'm sure it's difficult for any man to ask you out when they can't tell if you've still got a lot of time left on this planet. Hold on, Layla. I've heard that you're younger than my little brother and that you're very young. But I don't get why you're getting all worked up over me being in my 30s. You're treating it as though I should just give up already and enter a retirement home or something. You're not far off from having to go to one. And you being that old, well, doesn't that pretty much make you an old woman then? In your 30s, LOL. Huh? You really think that I'm an old woman? So then that must mean that in another 7 years, you too will become an old woman like me? Well, in my case, I'm never going to think about my life in 7 years, LOL. And with how soft and vibrant my skin is, nobody has to know when I turn 30, LOL. And that's why I'm calling you an old woman right now. Your back must already be hurting, and I'm sure that brown hair of yours is all dyes, right? Layla, if you think about what you've been saying to me, don't you find it all a bit rude? I understand that compared to my brother, we both have 12 years apart, and that I really am much older than the both of you. But does that make it okay for you to make fun of me and my age and act as though you know better than me? You plan on becoming a part of our family as well, so doesn't that make your attitude very unacceptable? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have the kind of ears that don't like listening to those above the age of 30. I guess there are people with those kinds of amazing ears. Must be terrible for anyone you work with though, correct? And that's why I plan to quit my job, LOL. I'm looking forward to a fun life of being your brother's housewife. I'll be able to spend every day drinking and relaxing. Well, if you think that Eric's okay with you living with him like that, then that's totally fine. But if you're trying to pick a fight with me, I can tell you right now that there's no good reason for that, and so I'd like you to stop. We are going to be meeting your family here soon, and you wouldn't want me bringing any of this up in front of them, would you? Nobody has their family go talk to the other family before the wedding anymore, you loser. That's like something people from last century did. That's not really something that's phased out of modern life, though. That idea is so old that it's turned into a rock now, LOL. But I guess someone as old as you would love to be around rocks all day. Well, I don't want any old rocks sitting around me and Eric. And so, we have no plans for any family meetups. I have a feeling that you misunderstood me a little too much there. Well, anyway, I just want you to know that you're not invited to our wedding. And as for meeting the rest of Eric's family, I have no plans to, so good day to you. Excuse me, Layla? I don't mind if you don't plan on meeting with Eric's family or letting this family meet yours, but I'm sure Eric doesn't agree with you, right? I think after you've calmed down a bit, you should try and rethink what you've said to me today, before you begin to regret it.
I overheard that Layla may have said some pretty rude things to you yesterday.
Yeah, she sure did.
I knew it! She said to me that she was a bit drunk, and said some things she probably shouldn't have to you. She said she's sorry, and so am I. That's why I thought I should tell you right now about it.
Then why is she not apologizing to me, and you are? I'd really like to hear it from her that she's actually sorry about everything she said.
I'm sure she's embarrassed about what she said to you, and that's the reason she doesn't want to approach you directly. And actually, this is pretty rare for you to stand up for yourself this much. Was it really that rude? What did she say to you?
That's not what I'm talking about, but if she plans to not apologize to me directly, maybe she's just asking you to apologize in her place so she doesn't feel she has to. And actually, I really am hurt by a few things she said to me, so I'd like to talk that all over with her. Ugh, maybe I'm just thinking about this too much. But do you really want to marry someone like her?
Why are you asking me something like that now?
I've just been wondering what about her has made you want to marry her. Hopefully, she's never this way with you.
Normally she's not that bad of a person, but recently, I've noticed her drinking a lot more often, and it's getting a bit annoying. However, I think she'll get over this little phase pretty soon. We have our wedding coming up soon, and she's probably just nervous for all of it.
I'm surprised you're this relaxed and understanding of her. Well, just make sure you don't let her put you on a leash or anything, okay? If things start to get even worse with her, please let me know.
Put me on a leash? What does that mean?
Either way, just know that I'm hoping for you to live a happy life. Well, I hope you're looking forward to the wedding. I'll make sure to get there a little early in order to talk with you some more. What the heck? Mia, you are here far too early, LOL. Seeing you here already freaked me out and I just happened to spill my wine all over you, LOL. You were freaking out? Are you sure it wasn't just you walking into me on purpose and spilling all that wine all over me for fun? Well, you could be right about that. But I couldn't help it, right? I made sure that anyone that came here today were in their 20s and nobody else that was older was invited. LOL. And in your case, you're way over the age limit, so you should just go, right? Excuse me? I could say that you're just naturally this terrible of a person, but could you also just be drunk right now? Even if I was drunk, this would have nothing to do with it, right? LOL. I said the age limit is 29 years old, LOL. So get lost, Grams. I don't want you here anymore, LOL. This is the first time I'm hearing about this age limit that's in place. Are you being serious about that? Of course! I don't want some smelly old people, especially you, coming in here and ruining my wedding's vibes, LOL. Just that smell alone that you all give off is enough to make the flowers here wilt. But now that you've come without being invited, I'm going to have to cut ties with you, LOL. Then what happened to you having Eric apologize to me for your rude actions? Does this mean you really are drunk off your butt again? That has nothing to do with the elderly, LOL. You are part of the elderly, aren't you? After all, you're 12 years older than my fiancé, LOL. I never asked to have any grandmas or grandpas here today, so please go home. Then the whole family is going to head home. When it comes to this family, everyone in it is above the age of 30. And I made sure to show my parents all the messages you've sent. Hold up, what? I don't really get what you mean, so can you explain? You seem to have made an enemy of everyone in Eric's family. Oh well, I guess. This is what you wanted, right? Well then, we're all heading home now. It'll be great to see if you really can pull the rest of this wedding off, LOL. Mia, hold on a second. I really don't get what you're talking about. Why would everyone else leave? I was just telling you to leave this place. Well, I'm in my 30s, like you said, but my parents are both in their 60s now. And you said that this wedding was only for those under the age of 30, right? So, you young folk can all go ahead and enjoy this wedding. Although I'm not really sure what this wedding is being held for anymore. If you'd planned to just have this wedding to have a party and all get messed up together, you should have chosen a different day and theme. That's not what all of this is about! Your parents and everyone else can stay! Well, it looks like you have to be under the age of 30 to be here, so we're all heading out. And also, my family is fed up with this, and we're all going to act as though this wedding never even happened in the first place. Huh? What? Hold on, Mia! All of the family that was here is going to be gone now. And in the case of all your family, they can't attend this wedding either, right? Honestly, you're better off just calling off this whole wedding right now. If you just wanted to have this party with all of your friends, you should have just said so from the very start. But you went out of your way to send us all the invite to this thing. We all gave up our time and energy to come here, all just to learn that we have to be under the age of 30. What a complete waste, Layla. You're wrong! That's not at all what I wanted everyone to do. Do you think you can all come back now? I'm sorry that you happened to misunderstand everything I said. No way that's happening now. Why not? Most of us elderly people can't even walk that much anymore, LOL. And you said that all of us stinky elderly aren't supposed to be at your wedding. So we've decided we can't walk back there now. So you go and have all the fun in the world with all your young friends. Wait! Eric's getting really pissed off now. Well, he has the right to. He has every right to be pissed off with you for what you've said, and you ruining the wedding for him has really stuck a knife in his back. Help me, Mia! I can't deal with all of this now! Having all this happen on my very special day is literally the worst thing that's happened! Please, Mia! Can't you do something about all of this? I know there's something you can do to fix everything for me! Come on now, Layla. LOL. Coming to me now trying to get me to help you with your wedding is far too late. Maybe you could try and stop acting like you've done nothing wrong. You literally thought that because you were younger than everyone else, you could boss us all around. And in my case, you chose to spill a bunch of red wine all over me. What the hell have you been thinking? Anyone with a hint of sanity to themselves would never try something like that. I'm sorry, Mia. I never meant to do that to you. I can see now that pouring that wine all down your dress was a bit too much. It wasn't only me that you ended up making very embarrassed, but also Eric. And so I'm happy to see that he's getting upset over all you've done today. But I never planned for any of this to happen to me. I didn't think that a simple party trick would spiral out of control this badly. I just thought it'd make for a funny memory later on by me picking on you. And I'm saying that kind of thinking is what makes you a terrible person. I know that. I'll tell you everything straightforward now. I was maybe a little too drunk today. And being as drunk as I was, I thought it'd be funny to pour that wine on you and then call you a grandma in front of everyone. I promise I'll make this all up to you, so can you please grab everyone and come back here right now? I just want to make sure we can finish this wedding with no more hiccups. No, thank you. Why the hell not? All of us elderly are going to go back home like adults. LOL. You ended up taking your life down an ugly path with that drinking of yours. LOL. But yet again, this is what you wanted, so I have nothing else to say to this. And in Eric's case, it seems he no longer wants to be around you either. He's going to your parents as we speak to apologize to them. All because of you. What should I do? This is all going to ruin me. If I'm not able to marry Eric, then life is going to end for me. Today is supposed to be the day we get married, right? And if only you would have held back from the bottle a little bit longer, you could have had your wedding and your man. But it's a little too late to think about what could have been done differently now. I assume that even after this, you're not going to change that hideous character of yours. Both my parents are pissed at me now. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about all of this now. You really can't come and help me? I understand that my wedding isn't going to turn out the way I'd planned, but what did I do to deserve this? I've heard from Eric that he's been well aware of all the alcohol you've been drinking these days, and it seems that he could no longer hold himself back from letting you get away with it. My brother is a very reserved man, but he does not like watching people get treated poorly, and he especially doesn't like it when it's someone he loves that's treating another person horribly. And since him and I have been very close to one another ever since he was born, he can no longer forgive you for what you did to me and everyone else today. I don't think he'll ever think about marrying you again. Wait! If things keep going downhill like this, my parents are going to leave me behind as well. Why does my wedding have to be over all just because of one thing that I happen to say? I can see that even your parents are smart enough to cut ties to someone that thinks it's okay to get drunk and pick on the older sister of their fiancé. Thank goodness you seem to be the only stupid one around. Don't say such hurtful things to me! All I did was say one mindless thing, and that's it! I never meant to hurt anyone, and I said I'm sorry! You didn't only say some stupid and hurtful things, but you carried them out as well. The dress I have on is very, very expensive. Of course, I'll be asking for you to pay me back at some point. Red wine such as the one you spilled on me is not easy to take out, so I wonder if I'll just have to get another one of these high-brand dresses again. Hold on, please! Haven't I already apologized to you enough for all of this? You'll have to pay for the wedding getting canceled as well, probably. I think that'll really put a dent in your savings for sure. I have to pay for this wedding getting canceled too? I told you I don't want this wedding getting canceled! Also, out of your spite for me, you caused a lot of problems for everyone that came today. My brother has no other choice but to have you pay for everything. I think you'd better just give up now, and try again starting a new life where you're less of a pain in the butt for everyone. LOL. Now, I'm going to leave. Wait, please, Emmy! I'm apologizing for all of this. I'll even get down on my hands and knees to say I'm sorry to you. Please come back to the wedding now, okay? You and all the family. We can even let everyone get together after this so your family and mine can bond more. You told me before you didn't want to perform such old traditions, right? LOL. You should be happy that us elderly people will never have to talk with one another anymore now. Well, with that, this old woman is going to say goodbye. Being in your 30s isn't even close to being old. You could still come. I just happened to have a really bad misunderstanding. I'm really sorry. Why won't you answer me right now? Please, I really want you to listen to me apologizing to you. You don't have to apologize to me for that, LOL. We no longer have a relationship with one another. Too bad you can never become my sister-in-law, huh? But luckily, you got everything you wished for today. Now, you and all your young friends enjoy the rest of your time today. Well, I suppose your fun time is up, though, since the wedding is officially over, LOL. And just like that, the wedding was canceled, and their chances of getting married were no more. My brother Eric had had enough of Layla, and since then has not once talked to her. And as for her parents, they were both also finished with their daughter's bullcrap and kicked her out of their house forever. Layla then tried to rely on some friends to help her out and let her stay with them, but they all knew how horrible of a person she was and just laughed in her face. She then was left with nobody to help her, and hopefully began to realize that she had no allies anymore. I'm sure this has all taken a definite mental toll on her, and I wonder if she'll ever recover from her mistakes.